topic today is what does it take to become a tech manager? And today we are very honored to sit with Mr. Minh. He is now the head of engineering at TINYpulse. And first, hello Mr. Minh, can you introduce us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, nice to meet you. So my name is Minh. I am Vietnamese American. I immigrated to the US when I was 5. And so a little bit about myself. My background is actually not in engineering. My first job was in finance. After finance, I actually played tennis in Japan for 10 years, so I have a very unorthodox background. But I've been at TINYpulse for 2 years now, and I am, my current title is Director of Engineering here, and I manage the engineering team.
So without a background in tech, how can you become a tech manager?
So I would have to go back in 10 years prior. And my first job after I had stopped playing tennis was working for a Japanese company. The Japanese company asked me to launch their software outsourcing arm in Hanoi. And so when I started, it was mainly to focus on launching the company and the day-to-day operations. But what happened was, because of the communication barrier between the Japanese engineers and the Vietnamese engineers, I had to fill the communication gap because I was able to speak Japanese. And so I had to dive into the engineering part of it and really catch up and study via online through my engineers and just the daily interaction with the team.
So how deep should a tech manager know about engineering?
That's a good question. Like I said, I am probably not the greatest role model for somebody who wants to become a technical manager, but I think it's very important. But I think one thing that is of additional importance is really understanding the why. So if you're a manager, you don't want to focus too much, or a technical manager, you don't want to focus too much on the technical aspect of things, but why you're building something, right? What is this tool for? What is this solution? What's the purpose of the solution? What is it there to solve? What pain points? And you are there to use technology to solve these pain points. So the difference between a technical manager and a CTO, I think there's actually quite a large difference. So a technical manager is involved in the day-to-day tactical operations. The CTO is the person who lays the foundation, the strategic foundation of the technology that's going to be implemented to support the growth of the company. So it's for CTO, his technical skill set has to be very, very diverse as well as deep.
Cool. So for an engineer who wants to move on to be a tech manager, what kind of skill set or knowledge do you think they should have? So
when you're in engineering, right, and you're focused more on, for example, implementation of code or coding, you're focused more on doing work to build the product, right? But when you become a manager, you're focused on managing your team, managing your people, and also educating yourself. So as you move up in your career to become a manager, you have to become better at handling situations, have better people skills, soft skills, presentation skills, and you need to be able to align your team and to move them in the direction that you want them.
So you mentioned a lot of skill, and there are many ways to learn the skill, but in your own experience, what are the fastest or the best way to learn the skill? Like which books to read, maybe?
Well, there's many resources online. What I think is critical for people to move up to be managers, regardless if it's a tech manager or product manager or CTO or anything like that, I think it's really asking the right questions. as your company grows, you have to rely on others. You have to rely on your team to make decisions for you. And some of those decisions are very critical. And so you need to confirm by asking the right questions. Have they thought through the process, right? What were their options? What are the risks? And how did they come to that final decision to support the reason why they decided to move in that way?
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. And I hope with your sharing, you have learned a lot about how to become a tech manager, as well as the skill and the knowledge needed to become a tech manager. And if you want to send more questions to Mr. Minh, you can comment below, and we can transfer the question to Mr. Minh. Thank you very much.
Thank you.